As soon as we got the diagnosis, we pretty quickly, maybe a month later, is when we started all of our stuff. And Jessica was very hands-on with like helping me write updates because people were asking when she was in the NICU. Jessica started then is when she was helping me write these Facebook updates because I just didn't have the capacity. I didn't feel like it. I was like, Jessica, here's what's going on. Can you write me something, send it to me so I can post it on Facebook so people will quit asking me questions? So that's kind of when Jessica really started helping with everything. And she would offer, she would be like, what can I do? Because she didn't live close by. She wanted to help. And I was like, okay, I don't know how to tell all these people this stuff. Just write something for me. So it kind of started there. And then it just blossomed into this Saving Sadie Ray page and
So what year was that when you guys really started kind of like hitting it together?
2016. I think
Mhm.
we started it in like July, maybe.
Instagram, Facebook, what? Or both
Facebook.
or Facebook?
Yeah.
Instagram was not as big back then, but yeah, we started it on Facebook and then joined Instagram a few years later. And we were very resistant to TikTok, but we started hearing about this little boy named Logan that we'd never heard of that was spreading a lot of awareness on there. So we finally gave in and joined TikTok, I don't know, a few years ago.
And I think
Um,
TikTok has been the best because I love all the videos that she makes. Fun, informative 2-minute videos that,
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram don't really have. I mean, we still share on there, but that's more of a TikTok thing. And those videos have been great. But Jessica really took over the social media side because I have no idea about social media. And she didn't either. She had to learn and research and figure it out on her own.
Now,
She
Jessica,
had
what were you doing for work at this time? What kind of skill sets, I guess, did you feel like you had that were going to help Ashley navigate this tough thing she was thrown into?
My background at that time, I was a data analyst. And during my grad school, I had taken quite a number of marketing classes. So I was like, all right, I kind of know how to get Sadie's story out there. I'm not a big social media poster personally. I'm pretty private. Going back a little bit, when Sadie was being tested for Sanfilippo, we had done a bunch of research, just looking at all the symptoms. And I hoped I was wrong, but I just knew. I was like, yeah, she definitely has Sanfilippo. Like, she has the long eyelashes, she had the breathing issues at birth, she had all these things.
She had all these things, what, at 3 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, her
Wow.
eyebrows were light, but they were still more prominent than other children's, kind of flat nose. She had a bunch of the symptoms.
Yeah.
And I guess going back a little bit farther than that, I remember when our distant cousin Izzy was diagnosed with Sanfilippo, I was in high school, and I just remember being so impacted by that. I never met Izzy, but I remember at the time, looking at all the message boards and reading all about Sanfilippo and just being so impacted by it. So then when my first and only niece at the time was diagnosed with Sanfilippo, I saw a few other families out there raising awareness, the Saving Eliza page and the Willpower page, and I knew we had to do something as well to help. We knew at that point that Sadie's chance of getting in a clinical trial was kind of low because of all these issues she had already had. But I saw the difference that these other families were making, and I wanted to help do whatever we could to bring treatments to the disease and awareness. So yeah, like Ashley said, I think I hounded them enough and said, like, how can I help? That finally they were like, yeah, you can do the social media. That's something you can do from a distance, and it just requires getting a lot of videos and pictures when I'm there, getting that from Ashley and from Jason and from the grandparents as well. It's a team effort. It takes the whole family. And I like that because you get to see Ashley's perspective. You get to see my perspective. You get to see her Poppy's perspective. Our goal has always been just to show Sadie as she is. In the beginning, it was a lot more positive. Sadie was just this cute, happy, magnetic child, and she loved to sing and dance. But as time has gone on and the disease has progressed, it's gotten harder. I don't want our page to be negative, but we have to show the reality of
Yeah.
this disease. So it's a balancing game of showing the good and bad.